Alright, so I did it. I picked up a new vehicle. No, not this one. We managed to keep the Supra. Hell, we even kept the Jetta. But I don't think you guys were expecting this. Man, this thing is dirty as hell. But here she is, a 2014 Honda Grom. Now I already know what you're thinking. Dakota, that's fucking dope. Yeah, it is, I get that. But you're also probably wondering, don't you just look big on that thing? No, I look fucking huge. It's ridiculous. It's one of the most ridiculous things ever, and that's why I love it. I literally look like Donkey Kong in Mario Kart trying to ride on one of the motorcycles in that game, and I love that game, so that's why I decided to pick up a Honda Grom. This is a 2014 Honda Grom, and if you can't tell by the graffiti art, 16-year-old style stickers that are plastered all over this thing, it might have been a bad decision, or it might have been one of the best decisions I ever made, because underneath all of these horrendous panty dropper, hella broke stickers are some phenomenal parts. I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and it turned out the guy lived 7 minutes away from me. This has so many damn upgrades that are just amazing that at first I scrolled past this because of all the stickers and how this looked. I just assumed it was a molested Grom that probably should never be touched and was driven into the ground. But when I came back to it and looked at it again, I realized the hidden gem that this thing was. So this is a one-owner Grom. This guy owned it, and he had everything, every piece of paperwork that has ever been affiliated with this bike. And then not only that, but he has every single oil change in there. He has the thank you card from the dealership that he brought it from, and he gave this all to me. He also gave me all the stock parts, but those are boring. So let's get into some of the aftermarket stuff. It has an aftermarket growler exhaust, you can see with the carbon fiber cover on it. It has a one-off custom-made header pipe made in Italy, because when he picked this up there wasn't a lot of aftermarket for this thing. On top of that, it has Olin suspension in the rear, and that was one of the biggest call-outs for me. Not just because Olin's is a huge name in the suspension industry and one of the best, but I am a big guy. I cannot ride a stock Grom without bottoming it out on every single pothole cover or slight bump in the road. So having aftermarket adjustable suspension is huge. If you didn't know this, I've been into Honda bikes quite a bit. I've owned a Honda CBR 600, I've owned a Honda CBR 1000, I have a Honda wing tattooed on me. It's basically in my blood at this point. Once you get one, you gotta buy 5. I think that's the rules when you sign the dotted line. And a Grom was always on my list. I've had a Ruckus in the past, but those are like really, really slow. Still fun, but really, really slow. Groms are like that perfect, you get the clutch, you get the shifter, bomb around town, get over 100 miles per gallon, which this one does because it's Dynojet tuned, so it's actually getting better gas mileage than it did from the factory and a little more power to boot. I know I keep hopping around, but it's just because I'm so excited. This thing has a ton of carbon fiber parts all over it, which is super sick. Red wasn't my first choice in color, probably one of the last, but all these other parts make up for it, and you can actually pick up plastics for a Honda Grom fairly cheap. Let's dive into the details further though. You look at every bolt on this thing, and the guy told me about it. He touched every bolt. There's password JDM upgraded bolts, and it's just reminiscent of like early 2000s. It gets me excited. I had password JDM bolts on like my Evo 10 and stuff, so that was really cool. On top of that, it also has rated brake lines. So this thing, he's like, you can stop you on a dime if you want to, which is a really cool upgrade, and they're even red to match the bike. We have an upgraded NGK spark plug wired, probably because he ran out of mods to do and had a little bit of money left, so he went with that. There's a million things on this, from aftermarket bars to aftermarket basically everything, and we can get into more of it. But I just wanted to show you guys this. I know it's a little bit different from the car stuff I'm normally doing, but I do really enjoy motorcycles, and I'm sure some of you guys do too. I didn't have a lot of cash, and I wanted something that I could bomb around town. I was getting the itch. Summer is getting really nice. I sold my motorcycles when I moved up to Appleton to start up my career up here, because it took a lot of money to move, and I couldn't take everything with me, so I think a bike is one of those things you just liquidate first. get into this thing, I have my GoPro and I want to take you guys for a ride on it. It sounds pretty sick. Oh, also I can probably show some of the others. We'll toss in some B-roll and stuff. Let's go. Let's take this puppy for a spin. Groms are meant for having a good time. Oh, we could jump this. We could totally jump this, but we won't. So yeah, I love a lot about what this guy did with this Grom, but I hate a lot about it too. So we're gonna take all these stickers off. They gotta go. Sorry, but the Grom will not be a panty dropper any longer. It might not be stupid fast, and well, we might still be one banging, but the stickers gotta go. It's gonna look a lot cleaner without them. So let's get to going. A little bit of heat, nothing crazy. I don't want to scratch it with a razor, so I have this little like squeegee if I need to peel it up because I don't got a whole lot for nails. Just a little bit of heat should do the trick too, nothing crazy. This one left a huge just layer of stick, like all the adhesive just stayed. It didn't come with the sticker at all. That is a million times better. All right, so we basically got all the stickers off except for the ones behind the fairings here. I'm gonna do those, but I gotta remove the fairings in order to get access to these ones behind there. But it looks a million times better, just a lot cleaner with all those stickers off of it. So we'll see what mods we do next, and let me know what you guys think of the Grom and if you wanna see any more of it on the channel.